Here's a look at your market recap on this Wednesday, the 16th day of April. Taking a look at the auction barns around the state this week, it's like last week never occurred. Markets are gaining back all of last week's losses and then some. Taking a look at a few of the stick-out sales so far today around the state. Springfield Livestock Marketing Center, they had 12 head of 579-pound steers tagged as thin. They brought 415, 28 head of 565-pound steers at $382.50. South Central Regional Stockyards in Vienna, they sold 47 head of 441-pound heifers at $381, 94 head of 492-pound steers at $410 and a quarter, and then 77 head of 813-pound steers at $389.50. Few early sales from Windsor Livestock Auction, 19 head, 464-pound steers at $438, had 24 head of 756-pound steers at $308. Green Sea Livestock Auction, 42 head, 570-pound heifers, $313.50. A full load of 767-pound heifers, $284.75. Box beef cutout values not available this afternoon, as it seemed like there was some technical issues there. This morning, choice was at $334.06, select at $314.79. Volume did look to be awful good today, but we'll have to wait to see what those values are when that report comes out later. Negotiated feedlot trade, didn't really see a whole lot develop today, up to about 1,000 head, but not really anything to establish much of a market yet. Live sales 208 to 209, dress sales at 328 to 335, but again, both of those prices, the range is there on very light volume so far. It is fairly likely that we should see some trade develop tomorrow, given that the futures markets are going to be closed on Friday, and nobody will really want to be working then, but seems like feedlot managers this week definitely have their heels dug in and are hoping for more money. Got the cattle on feed report, the monthly report. It'll be released a day early. It'll come out tomorrow again because the futures markets are closed on Friday. Monthly on feed numbers expecting to be at 98.3%, placements 103.7, marketing's pre-estimate number there 100.7. Of course, we watch those placements the most. That number is expected to be larger, as last year the March placements were very low just to way all the weather fell, winter storms and such, and how that impacted marketing being much different than this year. So we are expecting those placements to be slightly higher. Taking a look at the closing futures markets on the livestock side, April live cattle 207.07. Up 227, June up 227 at 202.07, and August up 210 at 198.95. Feeder cattle, April at 289.95, up 57, May at 284.40, up 187, August at 289.45, up 120. Lean hogs for May 90.15, up $1.95. June at 97.95, up 277, July at 97.90, up 242. Turning our attention to the grain markets. At the elevators around the state today, soybeans 3 to 7 higher, wheat 6 higher, corn 3 to 5 higher. Corn bids at the elevators in St. Louis 506 to 507, Kansas City 444 to 486. Soybean bids in St. Louis 1062 to 1063, Kansas City 983 to 1058. Wheat bids St. Louis 541 to 542, Kansas City 537. On the board of trade, corn for May up 3, 484 and a quarter. July at 491 and 3/4, up 2 and a quarter. September 459, up 2 and 3/4. Soybeans for May 1038 and 3/4, up 2 and 3/4. July at 1050 and a quarter, up 3 and 3/4. And August 1046 and 3/4, up 4 and 3/4. Wheat contracts, May 5 3/4 cent higher, 547 3/4. July at 561, up a nickel. September at 575, up 4 3/4. Soybean meal for May up $2.50 a ton, $296.70. Soybean oil for May up 15 cents a hundredweight at $47.48. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's a recap of your markets for Wednesday. This is Tony Hancock.